Hey, good morning, guys. Today is a rainy day here at Timothy Lake South. Just woke up. The kids had to go to school early. So we're going to take you about our day and the great service that we have from AT&T FirstNet on this episode of the Smalls RV Adventures. It is storming this weekend while we're here camping, but we still made the most of it. The campground still pretty packed for the stormy weather, but all of us are used to it here. Most people, we still get in our last couple of days, our last couple of weeks, as the camping season is coming to an end in the next couple of weeks on the East Coast. But good thing about Timothy Lake South, it's open all year for us to do our fall and winter camping. One of the worst things about camping in the rain is your travel days in the rain when everything is wet because you didn't have enough time to put everything away. One thing I never noticed about the back of some of our sites is a little path up there. I wonder where that path leads to. I can see houses over there, but I'm thinking it leads to the street because we are right by the street. So I'm thinking those houses are across the street, but this is just like a little path to get into the woods right before the street. That's what I'm thinking. No one came down here before, so it doesn't worry me too much. And just like that, we're ready to put all the stuff back into the RV when the kids finish their school, and then we can head on back to our storage location. Our little ones. And the bigger ones doing their music. They're having a Queen's procession today. So I'm here relaxed, but stand by for this message from AT&T. Of course it's me, but stand by so you can see how great AT&T is. AT&T FirstNet, the #1 cell phone provider for first responders in the United States. Why not have the greatest service and availability for your family just in case of catastrophic events? This is FirstNet by AT&T. I'm not sponsored by AT&T. I just couldn't pass up on the opportunity to make that voiceover for that video that I captured when I was by the AT&T store. It's the same store that I got the cell phone from that we use when we come camping. I use it as my #1 cell phone provider anywhere I'm at in this country. It works great. I haven't gone to the West Coast yet with this phone, but everywhere on the East, it's been very great to us and the family. The great thing I like about AT&T FirstNet is that they don't throttle you. You can use as much service as you need to, and you're not throttled. The children are on their online schooling, and there's no throttling. We have 5 devices, that's 5, on simultaneously, and there's no throttling. That's #1, AT&T FirstNet. Again, I'm not sponsored. This is our little Mac here. Let's see how long he can stay focused. Usually, if I call his name, he's gonna run up. Up. He loves chewing on this grass, especially when it's wet. He's a beautiful pup, isn't he? He's great for photo shoots. All you have to do is tell him to stay, and he stays, but not for very long. That was a great shoot at the beginning though, right? It's my baby there. Just realized my lights are on over there. I gotta turn those off in a second. But while I get everything settled down here, out here, my wife is getting everything settled inside the rig so that we can be ready to go on our journey to our next destination. We're still a bit undecided on where we're gonna go for our next destination. We have a couple of campgrounds booked, but we may try to stay a little closer because some of the campgrounds are like 2 and 3 hours away. So we may try to stay a little closer just for a little bit. And again, we do most of our winter camping here at Timothy Lake South. This is one of the best campgrounds on the East Coast. Every time we go to another campground, we always miss the amenities that they have here at Timothy Lake South. One great thing we like is the great spaciousness of the sites. They run deep and wide, so you have plenty of space to have fun with your family. But as I mentioned before, we're cleaning up to get ready to hit the road. But let me show you what I mean about space. We're deep into this site and we still have a lot of site left. All of this behind me here, this is still our site. This is great. I'm behind the trailer. This is on the other side of the trailer. Look how much space we have. It goes all the way up into the receptacle, but our slide is all the way out. You still have enough room to walk around. I mean, it's totally cool, the amount of space. And remember, it's raining, and we have our ATGFOX 30 amp LED screen surge protector. Remember, if you ever visit Timothy Lake South, we were in site 89. We love this site. Great cell phone reception with T-Mobile and AT&T. What this one wants? Oh Lord. What does he want? Who's the spoiled guy? My pup is spoiled. He jumped up on a seat. He knows where his spot is. He's like, Pops, I want to come right next to you. This is some rainy weather that we have in now on the East Coast. The last couple of days has been raining, but I got some good news. We just booked the first leg of our West Coast trip in November, which is pretty cool. We booked in Tennessee, then we booked in Texas. We have to wait a little bit to book Arizona, and we're thinking about California if we have enough time. So that will complete our Southwest trip of the United States. Then we have to conquer the Northwest. We already did all of the Southeast, Northeast, Midwest. So now we're going to the West Coast, the Southwest, which is gonna be pretty cool. Be my first time going back into Arizona. I was in California a couple of times, but not in Arizona. When I went to California, we took a trip on a plane. So we did a flight. So this will be my actual first time taking this long journey across the country, like way across. So I'm excited about that. We also mapping out campgrounds to stay at so we don't have to take the long drive. So we're gonna see how that works out. I got some tips from other Thousand Trails members that said if you stay under 4 days, you can just keep staying, going from campground to campground. So as we traveling from state to state, that's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna book as much as they allow me to book until we get to the destination that we want, and then we'll stay at that destination. On our way back, we'll figure it out. On our last trip coming from the West Coast, we didn't have a campground to stay at, so we stayed in rest areas coming all the way back from Texas to the city. But that wasn't bad. When I say the city, I mean the East Coast. But that wasn't bad. You know, when you're staying in your rig, it's like you have everything you need. So you really don't have to worry about much. We had food, we had water, we had our beds, we had our generator, we had TV. So we had everything that we needed just to make that ride smooth. So it really doesn't matter where we stay when we're on the road, you know, because you have the luxury and amenities of everything inside of your RV. And then with the use of all of the power that we have, we don't need to be hooked up to shore power. We can last for days and weeks with the power that we have on board with the solar. Then if you've been watching our videos, you see that we've been prepping for this trip. We have a new quieter generator just so that if we have to boondock in a rest area, we're not disturbing anyone. But with all the power that we have, we may not even need to use the generator. But if it's cold, yes, we're gonna need it because we're gonna have to run that run the heat. And once we get to the West Coast, we're probably gonna have to run the air conditioner. This is one of the batteries we use when we're boondocking. When the slide is in, we don't have access to 2 of the electrical outlets on this side, so this is what we use. Somebody's all tired after their walk. We're about to go for another one. Only a couple of more minutes, Papo. Then we'll be out. 2 Chromebooks plugged in to this Amproad 1000 watt portable power station, only using 18 watts of power. That's all it uses, 2 Chromebooks. All right, the kids are almost finished with class, so it's time to do the dreaded empty the pooper shooper. That should take me about 5 to 10 minutes to, well, it's gonna take more. It's gonna take more like 15 to 20 minutes because I like to let the black water tank full up and then empty it and fill it up. I like to do it repeatedly to make sure that it's cleaned out because the camp is gonna be sitting for about 2 weeks before we go on our next excursion. So I like to make sure it's cleaned out. I know you guys already know, but it's always good to use a different hose from the one that you're using for your drinking water. So we have a green hose to make sure that we don't make a mistake and fill up our black water tank with our drinking water hose. So we always have a green hose, different color hose, and we leave it with the waste pipes. Here's a quick tip. You're always going to want to use a water pressure regulator when you're using the RV park's water because the water pressure at some of these parks are really, really strong. Your RV is only able to handle about 40 PSI going through the tubing, the pipes in the RV. So use a water pressure regulator. We have ours on. I'll let you see it right now. Here's our water pressure regulator here. Now, if you notice that your fresh water tank is filling up from your city water connection, that's because the pressure is too much. There's a check valve inside your pump in your RV that's gonna allow the water to fill up your fresh water tank so it doesn't enter your RV. Now, if that ever happened to you, just go into one of our playlists called DIY, and it will show you how to correct that problem. All you have to do is you disconnect your city water connection or turn it off, and then you go inside, turn on your water pump, run your hot water so that it can push that check valve back close to the closed position so that won't happen. But you're gonna have to remember to use a water pressure regulator so that that doesn't happen. And to prevent it, you have to make sure that you correct the PSI to 40 or below. Well, we are on our way. It's travel day. There's the rig behind me. We had a good time over here at Timothy Lake South, but now we're headed for our next adventure. Look at that. I guess somebody's gonna get a delivery here today. That's our rig there, right beyond the trees. We have to take this bad boy back to storage. Timothy Lake North is right up that road. It's pretty cool to have 2 campgrounds right by each other. We're trying to beat the rain. It's gonna storm later tonight, so we're trying to get this RV back before the storm happens. My favorite shot right here. More construction and a stop sign. Wonder what they're doing over there, but we can't move forward until he turns that sign around to say slow. But it looks like they're doing something with the wires or the trees. It's most likely the trees because they are overgrown, and when the winter comes and let's say these trees don't lose all their leaves and it snows, that's gonna create a problem because these trees are gonna fall down onto the road. Okay, now he put slow. I wish I recorded this, but we just went by a bad accident. It looks like one box truck hit like a small sedan. I mean, that damage was bad. It was like the whole back of the car was bent in. That's crazy. But have you guys seen the price of gas? Sorry to change the subject a little bit. Looks like it's under $4 a gallon now. That's pretty cool. It may have been that way the last time I pulled up. I have to go check. I don't remember, but under $4 a gallon, that's great to me. We use a lot of gas, so to get it under $4 a gallon, that looks good. The last few stations we went by, it's like $3.73. We're passing a Wawa now, and it's $3.73. So that's pretty cool. We're trying to beat it. Look at that sky. It's about to open up, but we're trying to beat it. Hopefully we can. I'm thinking we have another hour before the rain starts, but we're not that far. We're maybe 30 minutes away. So hopefully we can beat it and get everything in before the sky opens up on us, because I think it's supposed to rain from now until tomorrow. So it'd be good if we can get in and avoid all the rain. All right, guys, we made it back. We beat the storm. I'm exhausted from being up so early in the morning, but I'm gonna chill out and just relax. Guys, stay tuned for all of the future videos. We're gonna be building batteries. We're gonna be installing portable solar. I think that's the route that we're gonna take. I was gonna put solar on the roof of this RV, but after listening to the service guy when I got my inspection done about the leaf springs and the weight of the trailer, I decided that we're just gonna go portable, where we can put the solar panels on the tow vehicle and not on the trailer. So stay tuned for that. Remember, if you like these videos, hit that like button. Let us know about your support. Comment below if you like these videos as well. And if you're stuck around this long, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you aboard. Remember, if you want to help out the channel in any way, that's what that thanks button is down there below. We also have a shop right below this video, which have a lot of fall and winter gear. So get ready for fall. It's coming. The winter is coming. So you want to get your gear and stay fresh. Also, look for us on social media. We on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook under the Smalls RV Adventures. That's all I have for you this week. So see you later, everybody. Stay tuned.